Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Carson. Inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ed Dixon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And as these guys enter play in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number 1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You ain't doing nothing today. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Check 99. Check 99. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey, alert, alert, alert. Kill, kill, kill. Hut.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes the 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check, 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 check.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Watch the screen, watch the 11. Hey, Charlie. Check, watch 54, watch 54. Let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a Tyler Lockett. This complete to Lockett. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Joker. Check 9. Slam.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Here we go. 180! Check. Under 10.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rip right. He's checking. Crash. He's coming. He got lock.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Ezekiel Ansah, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. 11. Come get some.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way.
11. 21.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Let's get this.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Check. Wait. Check 24.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down.
2 minutes to play. First half. It's 14-0.
Let's go.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, wahoo!
Now Garoppolo. And this is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. There's Garoppolo to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Wilson. And Matthews makes the ground. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And Dixon has it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw.
Oh, wide open, complete, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes now. They're the Seahawks. They're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment.
Here we go.
But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
21. Here we go.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
21.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Completes it to Samuel. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Garoppolo again. This one complete to Coleman. He's to the 10. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Here we go.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo got a man. Touchdown 49ers. It's Selleck. Garrett Selleck. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers get a score closer. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Bucks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's pick it up. It's our time.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run it with Carson, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Carson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. So
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
13.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They go play action here on first down. It's complete to Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
11.
Garoppolo now. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Gets this one to use check. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So good starting field position for us. They come up 1st and 10. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now it's Carson. Now Carson fumbles the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49ers' 25-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run again with Carson. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Back. Check. Safe.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
They lost a yard. It's now 3rd